Hello, everybody, and welcome for Two Guys Playing Warcraft. I am Snalydo. As you can see, I am running solo. Moggom had a little bit of a situation where he was unable to attend last week. He just messaged me now. He has another situation which he's got to handle for work. So instead of going and doing another no stream for Warcraft, I wanted to still continue the show for today. So I'm hoping everyone in chat is around and everyone is able to help participate in answering some questions and doing some regular fun stuff. So this is what the topics are for today. What we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about dailies. We're going to talk about mythic pluses. We're going to talk about raids, and we're going to talk about world first race. So now the the thing what I'm going to bring up is a couple of things that irk me, and that's about dailies. So with dailies, I feel that the dailies are a necessary evil within everything that is Warcraft. These necessary evils are, with the rep grind, which is always new, whichever it is. Uh Sorry, I'm just messaging back. Sorry. So anyway, the grind for the Mythic Plus for Mythic Plus, the grind for Death's Advanced Rep. It's a necessary evil because every time you guys are going to do this, you're going to end up wanting to take care of your rep so that you can allow yourselves to have that extra socket for each of those armor pieces. Now, with the new changes that have happened in everything, those the the new changes that's happened with the gear, with the domination slots. You're going to get your 5 domination slots, and then with your other 4 pieces of gear, if I just did the math quickly in my head, are also going to need 4. I think it's 4. Pieces of gear are also going to need sockets, and the only way to get those socket pieces are by random rolls and also by your by Death's Advance, which is a very high rep. Pook, how you doing? What's going on, buddy? We're just talking about the Warcraft stuff in the show. So, what ends up happening is you kind of need those if you're going to be an endgame raider for Mythic raid, which is going to cause us to do the grind. Now, Nurgle told me one day that because I was like getting really frustrated because it was very hard for me to continue to do the grind, and he told me, he goes, dude, he goes, just take your time. He goes, don't burn yourself out because of these dailies. And that's pretty much what ended up happening on a lot of different aspects for me, is because I was burning myself out because I was trying to do them on 2 characters to the point where I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore on 2 characters. I'm only going to do it on 1. Like it or not, you're getting the 1. That's how it is. Plain and simple. It is what it is. So, yeah. So I ended up kind of pulling back a little bit because it was just like, you got to be kidding me. These dailies blow. Um, Ongoing Legacy. It's not the dailies that bother me. It's as much as the weeklies that you have to do or you're behind forever. I feel that the weeklies are kind of nice for alts because with that, I've actually been taking the weeklies, putting them on my alts, and just when I complete them, I complete them. Um, I'm not talking about the callings, which are those 3-day pops. I always pick them up because I don't know if I'll ever finish them, and if I finish them, it's an added bonus, but it's a whatever. But the weeklies are nice for the anima, for the changes, for everything like that. So that is pretty nice. The dailies in Korthia, I think about how the correct pronunciation for it. Uh, they're not too bad in comparison to the Maw. because it's a vast. I feel like it's a smaller area to run around, and it's less. What's the word I'm looking for? It's less. There's less people, less things you got to worry about, so you can just run around and take care of them. So it works out pretty nicely. So I like that personally. And you have so many different rares and elites there that actually make it worthwhile and worth it. So that's pretty nice. You didn't do the Necro Lord invasion this week. It is what it is. The Necro Lord one wasn't actually as bad as I felt like the Venthyr one. The Venthyr one was a pain in the ass. That one was horrible. I was just like, this is taking way too long. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But thankfully, it kind of flowed. It kind of worked out. But I was just like, this is stupid. The Venthyr one was cool, yes, but it irked me. I think, what the heck is that guy's name? The guy with the umbrella. He's also a Soulbind. The Mad Tea Party, the Mad Tea Duke, or whatever it is. That guy annoys me. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I want to just punch him in the head. Like, he really, really is annoying to me. But it's one reason I haven't been. I feel like you're behind with legendaries. You're not really behind in legendaries. If you have a rank 4 legendary, you're pretty solid right now, actually. The mod did drive a lot of people away from the game because the fact that you had to either A, run, or B, you had to get that mall mount to be able to move around within the mall, I think really hurt a lot of people. But I understand the depth of what the developers were trying to do to make you feel that location was so nitty gritty and terrible that you felt sickened to be there. So I understand why they did that, but I think they went, and I think that Moggom always says it perfectly. He goes, they took the pendulum when it came to this expansion, and they went from one side all the way to the other, with the loot, with the mythic pluses, with everything, and that's actually a nice little transition to the mythic pluses. How was everybody's week with mythic pluses? I mean, everybody in chat kind of saw my week with mythic pluses. Mythic pluses weren't that bad. Like, I thought that because they had the changes from 9.0 to 9.1, and you had that like week and a half, I think it was like a week that week buffer where you had to end up with the week buffer that allowed you to, what's the better word I'm looking for, to kind of like patch up anything you needed to do for KSM for the previous week. And then after that, you went kind of like, this week was the first one that said, hey, this is 9.1, we're here, we're ready to actually start. But you had this past week kind of felt weird because it brought in the tormented affects, which I think is actually very, very cool and very nice. I like it a lot more than I did prideful. And then I feel that they took the difficulty of mythic pluses and they dropped them exponentially to the point where 15s and 14s right now, the only reason why I'm not timing 14, I'm smacking my desk because I'm so mad. The only reason why I'm not timing 14s right now and 15s is because the DPS can't keep up. I'm going to move this up here. The DPS can't keep up to allow us to time those numbers. Tanks are not, every single tank I've encountered, not squishy. Nope. Healing with the Mistweaver, it feels a billion times better. Like, it takes me a little bit to kind of ramp up, but once I ramp up, I can keep that. And it feels really, really good. Um, no, Legacy. I agree with what you're saying about the mall. He was saying that the choices aren't balanced, and it's kind of stunk the way that they kind of picked the mall to be as difficult. No, I think the developers kind of went in a they went in a path, and they just said, I don't care what the player base thinks. This is how we want this place to feel. This is the way we're going. Uh, so Puka saying that, I'm just paraphrasing because a lot of info. Tormented is boring and not great in higher keys. Some of the generals need to look at. Then the keys are way easy to the point. Right, you could do 18s right now. I agree with you. We should not be walking into a new season with 226 gear and being able to complete 15s. Moggom sent me a picture this morning that he completed uh, almost all of his 15s except DOS, which he got a 14 on because that was the best one he could find. What? Like, and then I think this is what I think, and I don't know if this is the intention. They decreased the difficulty of Mythic Pluses, but they did that with the intention to make people want to push more and go past 15s to 20s. And they want people to think that 20s is the new hotness. That's the thing that they want people to go on. That's what they want people to do. And that's what's happening. Oh, Pook, I got you. Yeah, it's not. I do not think that this past week was difficult at all, and it shouldn't be like that on week one. It really shouldn't. I think now I don't know if you guys in chat can kind of say or think about what I'm going to say now, but do you think that the developers are thinking, hey, we made KSM too hard for people to obtain, so we're going to make that easier, and then we're going to give them a new little string, new little apple on a string at 20 with that portals, which I think the portals is a garbage thing for them to have as a prize for completing a 20. Really? A portal? It's cool, but is it that cool? No. I mean, I have the wormhole teleporter. I can go to any island I want now, and then just fly to a flight master, fly wherever I want to go, and then take a walk. It's quicker than having to do the 30-minute flight to another goddamn zone. But I digress. I think that they should have made a better prize for 20s. I really feel that they should. Really think so. But I think that they definitely made the keys too hard, too easy now. They needed to make them harder. So, um, that's how I kind of felt there. As for, you think 20 should reward a 246 gear at the end of the dungeon, so you don't have to upgrade it. I don't know. But that's what we get out of the chests for 15s. You can't get them out of 14s anymore. No, no, no. Oh wait, isn't it 252 out of the chest? Yeah, you get that out of the vault. Yeah, I was right. 252 out of the vaults for 15s. Right. What is it? What is the chest at the end of the dungeon gives you a 239 at 15? What would happen if you were completing 20s and getting 252s out of a 20? $236. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna have to check this. Mythic Plus Season 2 loot table. According to Wowhead, 236s are what is coming out of the end of the dungeon for a 14 and a 15. And the weekly vault is 252. Oh, I'm not Charlie. I don't disagree with you. I don't think they would. That this is a what if scenario. What if scenario? Would that be more enticing for you? And they nerfed the bejesus out of Mythic Pluses. They really did. I just happened to pull open the page and just looking at it. They nerfed Storming. They nerfed Necrotic. They nerfed DOS. Halls of Atonement. Mist. Necrotic Wake. Plaguefall. Sanguine Depths. Spires a little bit with the vortexes, and TOP. They actually nerfed in one spot and buffed in another. I'd actually like more satisfaction for the key levels, along with better ways to pick your key level. Imagine if they kept the levels the same, but this season the top level was 25 instead of 15s. I'd shoot myself if they wanted me to run at 25. The Valor cap, but like I Valor capped in like 20 minutes. Like I Valor capped after like 3 minutes, after running like 3 dungeons this week. I couldn't believe it. Oh, okay. So you're saying the keys feel easier because there's no prideful. Well, the Valor cap goes up every week, but because they started Valor midway through last season, most people weren't capped. I think this season, a lot of people are going to be Valor capped. A lot of people. And they're going to continue to be Valor capped until we get the certain achievements to upgrade stuff. So I personally feel, Charlie, that Prideful was a pain in the ass. Prideful took too long to kill, but it did give us that buff. And if you were able to properly time that buff to go into a boss, it made the boss fights a million times easier. It really did. Um uh I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I think that if you ended up having Prideful timed correctly, it was a positive. But the fact that you had to make it through the prideful, that was a large jump for an affix that I didn't like. I'm happy prideful's gone. I am so happy. I didn't think I was going to be this happy, but I am so much happier. And it is definitely nice. I don't know how the generals are going to feel on higher keys though. The generals are super easy. They really are. The freeze guy, you almost have to always continuously move around and move and walk and make sure you don't get zapped by his stuff. In my opinion, whew, it's crazy. But all in all, would you guys agree though that the keys now for Mythic Pluses should not nearly be as easy as they were last season? Like I think that they really, because of that HP nerf, I think that really put a little difficulty decrease, and I really wonder what the reasoning was for it. No pride means bigger pulls without having to worry about some dumb 20% threshold. uh, well, you're saying that I can see where you could say you could pull more. This is me thinking, looking at the sky. I see what you're saying about being able to pull more because you don't have to worry about that stupid 20% too. So you could pull, but well, I mean, I played with you in BFA when you did a couple of your pulls towards the end, and you were pulling like a savage. You were pulling like half of the damn dungeon on your monk, and you were just like, "Hey, I can live forever." And I don't remember who I was talking with yesterday. Was it you, Marsh, or somebody else was saying that now because or maybe I don't remember if it was you or if maybe it was J Dog. We were talking specifically about how right now you are able to, if you're new to coming in on the Mythic Pluses, newer players are tanking because they feel that it's not nearly as bad. I wonder if they made this season specifically easier because they wanted more people to feel that they can tank. I really wonder because they were like, all right, we have a shortage of tanks. Let's make this a little easier. In BFA, you had 70% verse. Holy crack. Holy crap. Right. You need less knowledge because of those 20% polls. Do you think that was the intention for Blizz? Do you think that was their intention? Because when I'm going through the finder, the group finder, most of the time I see waiting for tank. You think they did? You think they swung the pendulum too far again? BFA too easy, 9.1 really difficult, and they slammed it back the other way, making 9.2 too easy. Rumble, what up, dude? I think they're throwing. I think they're either A, throwing darts at a fucking wall, pardon my language, and saying, hey, how difficult should we make this? How much you want this nerf to be? 25. You think right now is a good spot? I feel that WoW. It's just. I feel like they could bump it up 5% or 3% more damage output from everything. That's Charlie. That's exactly what I was saying before. Did Blizz intend to make it so 15s are the new standard and 20s are the hey, how you doing? Trying to just check here. Back. Put that back. You think they want the 20s to be achievable? So I have two things in my brain, and I'm throwing it out there. Ow, my back hurts. I mean, this must be all that healing I have to do for raid. Oh, my back hurts. Anyway, it really hurts actually. Um, I think 20s would have been achieved. But like I said before, they did a 20. I think it was a 26% damage nerf to all of the dungeons, all of them, blanketed. Um, if anyone wants to fact check me on that, please do. But I think they nerfed all of the dungeons' damage percentage before 9.1. I'm pretty sure they did. Mythic plus damage scaling. Mythic plus damage. Increased by 35 and health by 39%. Auto attack damage to enemies is reduced by 10%. And now it's used for the tanks that didn't like kiting. That's funny. I could have swore I saw some number that said 26%. I'll have to go back and find it. Right, they increased the damage to account for higher gear. Now, with them being able to increase the damage by 35% and the health by 39%, then, okay, then how the hell are people timing 15 so easily this past week in the same gear that they were timing things before? Because people were always saying, oh, it's a 5-level difference. So if you were achieving 15s, you should be achieving 10s, not continuing to complete 15s. Exactly. The 15s weren't bad this week. That's what we're talking about. 3. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. My bad. So that's people that are completing 18s or being able to complete 15s. I would say right now, there should, but do you think that people are just because it's the new season, people have the gear, people aren't waiting, so a lot more, I hate to word it this way, better players are coming out and playing, and that's why 15s were more achievable this week, because all the people that can complete 15s and above are just like, let me come out now, do it, and call it a day. I mean, I'm in the group finder a lot, and I saw a lot of people's names I didn't see before. Maybe that's why it's so much easier this week. I guess only time will tell, but we're gonna be getting gear this week too, which is gonna be nice. My headset keeps turning off for some weird ass reason. I don't know why. I get you know why? It's because it doesn't hear anything. It doesn't hear any sound. That's why. You're gonna have 10 plus people in this guild that are gonna complete KSM this week because folks were doing fairly well last week. I mean, I completed 14s and 14s. Was 12s, 13s, and 14s this week, and that was with me pugging. And that was with me kind of just like lollygagging through. I didn't really try. I'm hoping to have KSM within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, when it's a easy push week, I can just blast through it. Last week wasn't that bad. I should have just got my 15s done, like many other people. Should have just did it. Nah, whatever. It's in the past. It's in the past. So now for the last topic that I kind of brought. Well, second to last topic. Chains of Domination, the new raid, came out. How yeah, these past 2 weeks were pretty easy. But anyway, Chains of Domination patches out. Sanctum of Domination is the raid. How do you all feel about this new raid? You guys think it's Rumble thinks it's a good raid. Cool raid, cool weapons, crappy trinkets, fun bosses. Marsh loves it. I personally love it. I have gone through the ups and downs of having some crappy ass raids to deal with. And Castle Nathri was cool. The Sire Denathrius fight, hella cool. It was definitely a very, very long fight. I liked it. But I think what a lot of people said, and I tend to agree with them, that the reason why Castle Nathria is always going to have a stain on it. I think Castle Nathria is going to have that stain on it because it was just so damn long. We had to deal with playing it, and I do not think people were that happy about it. See, you guys are saying that a 15-minute pull feels ridiculous. Rune Carver, we had a 10-plus-minute pull once on normal when we were learning it, right? And I'm sorry, but it was just it felt long. To go for another 10 minutes, it's really going to show what players have the ability and the longevity to be able to play it. Think about it this way: 15-minute fight and you wipe at 0%. Oh my god. Oh man. Sire wasn't that long. I wish Nurgle was here because he'd actually give you guys our numbers. Actually, let me take off my headset. I really don't need it. But anyway, so Sire wasn't that long. Like once you guys kind of understood it and how it ran, it went pretty well. My hair is terrible. I need a haircut. This fro's got to get cut. This fro's got to get cut, boys and girls. Um, but Sire wasn't that bad. I think that with Sylvanas' fight being that long, I don't know how people are going to stay engaged for that long. The some of the longer fights I've had to be in were actually from Final Fantasy 14, and those fights are long. I mean, those fights like you're in there and you're in there for like 10 minutes, sometimes less, and you're just like, "Oh my god, these are long fights." And your brain and your body starts like okay, we got to do this, got to do that. It starts feeling weird when we were doing Nazul this week, right? I actually felt when we did Nazul, muscle memory kicked in for me to the point where I stopped even thinking about half the stuff we were doing. And it kind of just like, all right, we're going to do this. 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 And it kind of just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, nice and easy. So it really wasn't that much of a change. And I think that Sylvanas, after you start knowing the fight, your body is just going to start doing muscle memory for certain things. Um, we completed on heroic. We were 3 of 10 heroic. So we'll have Nazul down and Rune Carver tonight. No doubt in my brain. We'll definitely be 5 of 10 tonight. Painsmith is going to be a little bit of a pain. No pun intended. We're going to have to make sure we get his new abilities down because we had problems taking him down on normal because of how the damage has to operate, how much you have to move, and a lot of things. So that's one thing. And I think people like for me, I'm gonna have to change a couple of talents to make sure I survive better. But I know that now because I ran normal with the guild. Theoretically, we're 7 of 10 normal. If you're actually looking at it, so it's gonna take a bit, but just people in chat, do you think that the raid is puggable right now? or do you need some type of group of people that you need to know to be able to go through it? What do you guys think? Gals think? Puggable without comms. A lot of people that pug, they don't go with comms. I think it's difficult because people aren't going to know the fights. People aren't going to know how to operate. People aren't going to know what they're doing. I just can't fathom it. You wish for shorter, slightly less complicated raid bosses, maybe more punishing mechanics, but fewer of them. Uh, normal isn't bad. I mean, the first boss is easy. The first five bosses before the first, yeah, first five are not difficult. They're very mechanic heavy. Um, Painsmith is the wake up call. Painsmith is the you need to take your big boy. You need to put your big boots on. You gotta go beat the heck out of it. Um, Normal is definitely easy for that. Heroic, you need to be in comms for. You need comms. You need to have a consistent raid team to be able to do heroic right now. Maybe when everybody has better gear, yeah. But oh man, so crazy. It really is crazy to see how they've done it all. So um as for I was just trying to think. As for the bosses themselves, I think they did a really good job with them all. I really think so. I'm kind of impressed by Sanctum. I think they really I think they took their heads out of their asses for this one. But we'll see we'll see what happens in 20 weeks when we're still on this same patch. I'm hoping they don't do another, what is it, 33 weeks. Oh god. 33 weeks will drive me crazy. Really, really well. What was the other thing? They should be back in the office, so so normal pacing should be back. I just think because they're splitting so many difficulties, they feel they need to act new mechanics every difficulty and well, you got to think about it this way. Legacy. I understand what you're saying that you don't like the split rating. Um, Unfortunately, you have different types of people in this world of physical and mental capabilities of being able to do certain mechanics. Um, Not everyone is going to be like the WoW grandma, you know, or the Skyrim grandma. I think it's her name. You're not going to have those types of people like for those that age bracket. Um, I don't think that that's the case. The reason why LFR exists is because of those people that don't have a community or a bunch of people that they can actually play with. So if you feel the need, if you want to see the raid, they call it like viewing mode. That's what LFR is, viewing mode. Normal mode is for guilds that need to learn mechanics, need to learn fights, and don't want to push Mythic. Because people in normal do essentially what we do, but at a different level. We push Heroic and then push Mythic because we want to continue to have the content. People that push normal then push Heroic because they don't want to see Mythic. Mythic really, really takes your community and your guild and kind of goes and puts like, lines in the sand and says, these are the people that are able to commit to this stuff and these are the people that are able to kind of push through. Like these are the best of our group of our community of friends that are going to be able to push through it. And I personally, I don't like that. I don't like that it doesn't scale, but it puts a more defined role around it. And with Heroic and Normal, you can bring whoever you want. And it's not, I think the word is exclusive. They're not as exclusive as Mythic would be. It's just a different type of, I think it's just a different type of mental gameplay. So I don't think it's that bad. So. As a first kill. I didn't put any of our first kills in for normal. I didn't make videos out of them. One of them being the fact that I was on my ass the whole time and dead throughout the whole entire boss fight. They didn't even need me. So, but anyway, quick last thing before we have to run. As for Race for World First, are you ready to watch Race for World First? Toxeris, how you doing? Good evening. Good morning, I mean. I'm excited for Race for World First. Race for World First. It will be very interesting to see. It's your favorite time of year. It's not Christmas. It's us running around in Warcraft trying to kill bosses, damn it. I like Race for World First. I tend to not really engage in it or watch it because I get really fucking bored watching it. They pull a boss, they talk for 20 minutes. They pull a boss, they die 3 seconds later. They talk for another 20 minutes. That's what drives me crazy. I love to see who's running what and how people are doing, seeing how raids are and all that other jazz. That's the stuff I like it. So, I'm a fan. I know there are other guilds that do that. Echo takes breaks because that their old school mentality and thought process. Limit does not. Limit has a newer type of mentality, and everyone's probably getting ready for maintenance and stuff now. Be over and done. I assume it's coming back up any second. I just clicked the button. Oh. Anyway. Okay. During this time, the game's unplayable. They did that for a reason, which means we have a couple of minutes left. Because they're weaker and DBM guys raid. I thought that they had like I thought Echo had a raid roster of like 30. Right? And two of them, excuse me, and 2 of them were programmers. We will see. We will see. But anyhow, all in all, how is everyone's feeling about 9.1? Liking it? Not liking it? I'm liking it. Not trying to persuade you or anybody else. I'm happy for the change. I'm happy for the things that are going on. I feel it's good. It's better than 9.0. Uh, is it the best patch? Still not feeling like the best patch yet. But it's good. It's still good. It still makes me happy. The raid feels good. Not better than 9.0 for you, huh, Pook? I'm looking at it as a whole. I love the Mythic Plus aspect of 9.1. I love the difficulty and how difficult it was for 9.1. I liked the harder difficulty for raid, but I hated the raid itself. So I hated how long it took to come out. I hated how long it took for 9.1 to come out. So a lot of different little factors for me, but thankfully it worked. It worked out. So thank you. All right. So everybody knows where to find me. Pete Snalydo. You can go check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and in Discord, and Twitch. Everybody knows where to find me. Monday to Friday. 9ish in the morning to 2ish in the evening. And then 7 at night to 11 at night. Yes, we are going to be having that fun stuff. Good luck, everybody, in your new raid lockouts. Good luck in your vaults. May your loot be plentiful. All right, everybody, enjoy. Have a fantastic week, and you know where to find me. And dream big, keep gaming, and we will see you soon. Alrighty, everybody. They're going down on a few again. Oh man. Thank you for the information, Charlie. All right, bye, everybody. I'll see you later.